All right, another one. This is one of my favorite topics, obviously, because I'm a hairstylist, hair fiber conditions. Um, I work with hair regularly, so hair fiber is something I'm always analyzing, especially with hairdressing if it's been over bleached, over processed, but also too, I could pinpoint on hair too if you've had recent diets or if you're malnourished or if you're stressed. I might see your gray hair look quite fast and come in quite fast or dry or dull, and I could tell a lot. Like if you have very dull hair, I might consider and ask you maybe you're a little malnourished. So hair fiber is a big one. That's seeing split ends, breakage, dryness, dullness, oiliness. I don't even have that on there. Frizziness, like it's all of that. I could talk about hair fiber all day.
And in trichological terms, even the terms are, we can't even sometimes say them. Trichonondosa, and like so many trichological. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try and put them in layman's terms because we can't say them, and sometimes
Yes,
it's as
it's
simple
really
as
hard.
a split end.
Yeah, it's really hard. Trichonosa. I can't even say that.
Now, the thing about hair fiber conditions is we need to separate. There are two types. Okay, we have the congenital type, and we also have the acquired type. So we say that again?
Yeah, say that again.
All right. So in terms of trichological terms, in trichological terms, guys, we have two types of hair fiber classifications: the ones that are acquired and the ones that are congenital. Now, on the congenital side of things, basically you were born with it, with a deficiency that naturally makes the hair brittle, and it will break, it will freeze, it will split. Basically, you can try to improve over time the quality of the hair, but that is something that you're going to be living for the rest of your life. Now, for most people, it's all about working with excessive heat, excessive chemicals, excessive traction, the type of hairbrush or hair tools that you're using, and of course about environment, the type of water that it's running on the pipes that goes to your house. Is
Even
it hot water?
temperature too.
Temperature runs big time. I know people like to wash, bathe at hot water, but hot water like enough to boil. I mean, you want to cook your hair? Is that the thing? You don't want to cook your hair. I mean, you want to bathe. You want to wash your hair. So it has to be at a temperature that is comfortable enough. And the final and main area will be nutritional deficiencies. Now, many people don't think about nutritional deficiencies as a way to affect the hair fiber, to increase hair breakage and things in that order. Now, I want to leave that to Bizan because Biz, this is your area of expertise right now. So,
well, yeah, I mean, if you run and you guys both know that if you run a epigenetic test on your hair, you know exactly what the deficiency in the body is. And whenever there's hair fiber disorder, means that it's beyond even nutrition deficiencies. It may be like a couple of factors. Maybe it started with nutrition deficiency, then it coupled with the bad styling habits, it coupled with, as you said, temperatures, or even sometimes I feel that sleeping on harsh surfaces also may break your hair, especially if you have fine or thin hair. That's why if you sleep on like silk pillows will actually help prevent any dryness in your hair fibers, because even 100% cotton pillows that we all used to sleep on, it will take the moisture out of your hair fiber and it makes it dry, and it will encourage the breakage, it will encourage the split ends and the dryness. So as always with hair, your hair will tell you what is going on with you, and in a way that that simple test with epigenetic tests, you can know. And if you go to a hairstylist who actually educated about these hair fiber conditions, she can help you, because overstyling is not good. Overdoing anything is not good. So especially with the acquired one. The congenital one, maybe you can work from inside, but the acquired one, actually, I think the acquired one is a bit easier than the congenital one, because the acquired one, you can stop the habit or at least reverse it. But the congenital one will be a little bit harder because you have to dig deeper inside to know what's causing it.
Now, about treatment options, Carrie, people like to think, trimming the hair will be the only thing that you will need. Is that right? Or what else people need to understand about hair fiber conditions and how to treat it?
Yeah, well, hair fiber treatments, definitely cutting and maintaining that is a key one, mainly because once you get a split end or breakage, the only way to get it out is to blunt it off and not trim and still have that split in there, because it will just travel and create more damage. It'll travel up the hair shaft. And you can do treatments, but a lot of times people go get treatments, but they'll over treatment. So they'll do protein treatments. But when you do protein treatment or keratin treatment on top of each other over and over, eventually it becomes brittle and breaks as well. So there's a lot of things that you got to keep it moisturized. Maybe if you are where I am in winter, I have to have more oils and serums protected than I do in the summer. Like, there's a lot of factors to consider. Like, this could be a whole 3-episode discussion, this topic, but there's a lot of factors. And a lot of times people are like, oh, I don't cut my hair, I'll just let it grow. Well, the thing is remember, our hair is like a tree with bark. Every quarter of an inch is a month behind us. So if, say here, I go back so many inches, that time period, say that was 2 years ago, I went on a specific diet or I took a specific medication. Well, the only way for me to get that out is either to maintain it while it's being brittle, so that way it doesn't break more, or cut it out and let it grow out, because that's in there until it's cut out. There's nothing that you can do. You could put a Band-Aid on it to maintain it, but it's not going away until that's cut out, because it's in the hair shaft. So yeah, there's a lot of things like hair fiber. I could talk about this all day.
Let's do an episode on that then.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, let's do an episode on hair fiber conditions then.
We need a full episode on this. We need a full episode on it.
And my favorite one, I'm going to share one trick though with you guys. Like one key thing to keeping beautiful shiny hair is balancing the pH. And I find a lot of people don't use serums enough. Even if your hair is dry, brittle, broken, everything, you could still, serums and keeping that pH balance is the key to everything. And now with that being said, I find a lot of times people will have long hair and they think to keep it safe is put it wet in a tight bun or a tight braid. Well, the thing is, our hair has more elasticity when it's wet, so it'll stretch.
Yep, it will
so next time you're in the shower, take your hair while it's wet and see how far it stretches when it's wet and when it's dry. And so when they go and put their ponytail in, and I see this commonly people with long hair, and they're always like, my hair has so much breakage, it split ends. And I always see in the back of the head in the one patch where they would have a ponytail or where their bun would be turned around. And I'd be like, yeah, you wear your hair in a wet bun. And like, how'd you know that? Do you follow me? I'm like, no, your hair's telling me. And it's because they'll put their hair in a tight wet braid at bedtime or a tight bun. And then when it starts to dry, what happens, the tension, just like a rope, it will eventually snap.
Yep.
And once you get split ends, once you get split ends, they fork together, and you've gotten forks together, they get stuck, and then you pull them more, causing more split ends, and it spreads, just like, when your kids play with glitter and glitter gets everywhere. That's the same with the split ends, same thing. And those are hair fiber issues. A lot of people don't realize, like, well, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. I'm using the conditioner, I'm brushing away I'm supposed to. I'm like, yeah, but you're putting your hair in a wet ponytail.
Yeah. And also sometimes we do two things we don't get, like, we are not aware of. We brush our hair very quickly, tick, 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 because we're in a hurry.
That's like chalkboard sounds for me.
Literally.
I know. And the second thing is how you dry your hair after the shower. Like, you cannot bring the hot, you cannot do that.
Yeah, you can't take the towel and shag your head. You can't.
Yeah.
It has to be tapping, using microfiber towels, not harsh towels,
Or a cotton shirt. Cotton shirt. Go to Value Village or your local thrift shop. Get some old cotton shirts. Those are the best for absorbing moisture out of the hair, especially for people with fine wavy hair. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, one of the things with hair fiber condition, guys, it's conditioning. You have to
Yeah.
condition your hair. Now, many people, when they use a conditioner, they will only leave it for about 30 seconds and remove it. You have to leave it at least 5 minutes, at
You know what?
least 5
No,
minutes.
they're getting
You know.
better. They have one. I'm not kidding. I am going to endorse it because it's an amazing product, Milkshake. They have this
Okay.
super 10-second deep conditioner with glycerin in it. I'm not kidding. It is literally put in for 10 seconds and it does its trick. I've
Well,
never seen anything like
as long
it.
as it works, you know, I need to see that. I need to see that. Yeah, I haven't seen that one
It's
yet.
a magic potion. Oh my
All
goodness.
right.
But with conditioner, it's also using the conditioner for your hair type and for the
Exactly.
season. So like all my clients, because we have a harsh summer, we have a harsh winter. So I make sure they have the right one for the summer, they have the right one for the winter. And so for winter, if they're doing conditioner, I tell you only from the shoulders down until your hair starts, until you're able to comb your fingers through the hair, essentially, like until it feels like it's nourished and it's absorbed a lot of that. And then rinse it out and try to rinse it out with cooler water. Because what happens is when the hot water is on the hair, the cuticle swells and opens up. But when you put the cold water, it shrinks. And so it hugs it into there. And so that's why you're using the cool water to rinse out the conditioner. So, and even if you don't want to go under, like in the conditioner, you're only putting it from mid shafts down. Unless you have a dry scalp, I will put like a daily conditioner on my ends and then a heavier conditioner on my end, or a daily conditioner on my roots and then a heavier conditioner on my mid shafts to ends to balance pH. But the whole point of conditioner is to help detangle and balance the pH of the hair.
And one more point here, if you put the heavy conditioner on your scalp, they are big molecules, they're very heavy. It actually makes your hair very, like, you know, not, it doesn't give it volume. It makes it very, looks very thick.
You look greasy.
Yes, thank you. That's the word I'm looking for.
And that is why you guys are watching the Hair Wire to get hair smart. You're getting hair smart today, right now, guys.